Right. Okay. Okay, guys, so we are starting the next section. We're done with chapter 9. We're only going to cover a couple of sections in chapter 10, and this is one of them. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So we're learning, so make sure to title your notes, interpret stem and leaf plots and histograms. So a stem and leaf plot is a data display that organizes data based on their digits. Each value is separated into a stem, the leading digit, and a leaf, the last digit. A stem and leaf plot has a key that tells you how to read the data. A stem and leaf plot shows how the data are distributed. We're going to do example 1. So example 1 says the number of home runs hit by the 20 baseball players with the best single season batting averages in Major League Baseball since 1900 are listed below. So I put them all here, and it wants us to make a stem and leaf plot of the data. So here are all the numbers. When you make a stem and leaf plot, the first thing you have to do is take all your data and put it in number order from least to greatest. So we're going to do that first. So I'm going to start. So here's our first number, which is 3. Let's cross it out. Then we have 4. Cross it out. Let's see what's next. Anything smaller? Then I see 2 8s. Oh, no, sorry, 7s. So we have 7 and 7. Then 8 and 8. Cross those out. 7, 7, 8, 8. Let's see what's next. 12. Cross that out. Then a couple of 14s. 14. 14. Any more ones? Then we have 19. So 2 of those. 19 and 19. Then we start hitting our 20s. So then we have 21. Cross that out. 23. Oh, we missed an 18. I missed the 18. So we're going to put an 18 right there. Cross that out. So 21, 23, 25. Then we're in our 30s. So 32. Cross that out. Then we have 37. Cross that out. Making sure we got everything. And then we have 41 and 42. Okay, so I missed the 18. So when you make a stem and leaf plot, you gotta look at your numbers. Well, our numbers are from single digits up to 40. So you gotta decide on what your stem part is going to be. So we're gonna start, since we have single and double digits, we're gonna start off with 0, anything, so that means anything that has, so double digits as in like 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Then anything that begins with the number 1, like this. Anything that begins with like the number 2, like the 20s. Anything that begins with the number 3, and then anything that begins with the number 4. And then we draw a line. This is our stem. This is the beginning part. And then we're going to make a little P after to explain what, what it means. So anything that's a single digit. So 3, 4, 7, 7, 8, and 8. Because now we start with anything that begins with 1. So then it's 1, which, so 12, 14, 14, 18, 19, 19, and then we're in our 20s. So then anything that begins with a 2. So 21, 23, 25, and then we're in our 30s. 32, 37, and we're in our 40s, 41, and 42. So then when we do our key, we explain what it represents. So you could pick anything. So we could pick like the 41. 4 with the line 1 is equal to 41, what is it? Home runs. So that's a stem and leaf plot, or building one. So now we're moving on to example 2. So for example 2, it says, the back-to-back stem and leaf plots show the ages of members of the U.S. men's and women's 2004 Olympic gymnastics teams. Compare the ages of the gymnasts on the two teams. So now I'm going to whiteboard. I already wrote it out. So I drew the stem and leaf plot. It's saying that the men are on the left and the women on the right. So we need to decipher. Does it give a key? Oh, I forgot to put the key. So the key says 1-2-5 is equal to 21 and 25. So these represent the men's side and this represents the women's. So let's do the women first. So we're going to write down all the ages. So this is telling me that it's 16, another 16-year-old, an 18, an 18. Now we're in the 20s, 25, and 26. None of the women are in their 30s. So these are the women's ages. And their ages range from 16 to 26. For the men, it's to the left. So nobody is in their teens for the men. They start in their 20s. So 21, there's two 21-year-olds, a 23-year-old, a 24-year-old, and a 27-year-old. And then there's one 30-year-old. So for the men, their ages range from 21 to 30. That's all you had to do for example 2. For example 3, we're going to look at it straight from the book because it deals with a histogram and was a little bit more complicated for me to draw. So we're going to just read through it. So for example 3, straighten it out a little bit. Okay. So it says the prices in dollars of sandwiches at a restaurant are listed below. They want us to make a histogram of the data. So these are all the prices. So the first thing you do is put it in number order. And what they did was they made a tally to find how many for in between 4 to 449. Then they do a breakdown of 450 to 499. How many are in between 5 to 549, which there were none. And then 550 to 599. And then they tallied all the ones. So for these, there was 4. This had 2. And then this has, I think, 5. My eyes are going a little haywire. Oh, no, it's 4 also. And then this is a histogram. It's a bar graph also. And then they drew it to represent how much money to how many sandwiches. And that's example 3. That's the end of 10.4. Make sure that you've taken notes and you watch next video, which is for 10.5. Bye.